Okay, game 2 here against MochaMoko. He won the first game. This is the Kingdom View. Wherever they're at is fun. Trending is fun, so you can do interesting things with both of those. 2-5. Not sure how good that is. Definitely you can play with stables here. I don't think the mint is any good with the 2-5 opening. It seems questionable. I do kind of like stable stuff and getting training on stables. And you can get some crowns in that deck. You can get some bridges in that deck. Obviously, you get a goat herd at some point, but I think I'll open ducat stables here. A little bit in the hole. Lost the first game, so I need to win 3.5 out of 5, which is not the end of the world. But you know, I've got an uphill climb. If this was stables and like 3, 4 money, I would consider using wherever they're at to gain another stables and buy the goat herd. But I really want to progress through the deck and buy a goat herd here and save up some coffers with the ducats. So they opened with ducat as well, and they've got 5 as well. Strange, the 5-2 is not very common, and we both had it. Draw on, so this is nice. This will be a goat herd. So with 5 here, I think I'm going to actually buy another stables. Stables is a card you can have a lot of in your deck, and with training, it's going to give me +1 coin for playing it. People compare stables to laboratory sometime, or lab. It functionally has the same effect. Your hand size after you play stables and laboratories is the same. They went mint. Wow. I should have paid more attention to that. So this was a very, very, if they bottom deck any of those 3 cards, well, if they bottom deck the ducat or the mint, they just have a real sad turn. I'm kind of astonished by that. And if I had drawn a goat herd, well, I didn't have a goat herd in the deck, so maybe that doesn't matter. So I have 3 here. Do I want a second goat herd to get thin? They're already thinner than me. I have 2 stables, though, so I should be able to draw through the deck pretty nicely. How thin do I want to get? A ducat here is fine. So again, I'm going to play the first stables to draw cards. If I find my goat herd, I can do interesting stuff. If not, move on. So there are situations under which with their opening, they don't hit 3 on turn 4 or 5, and they're just really far behind. As it stands, they did not have that situation come up. Let's see here. So I can pass turn and just buy gain a stables here, or I can draw 3 cards through. The rest of that deck is mostly coppers. So I think I'm going to draw on. So almost everything here seems reasonable, except for potion. Duplicate, it seems a little early. Bridge, it seems a touch early. Seller doesn't seem helpful to me. I kind of want my next order of business to get to 6. Is there a world where I buy a ducat here and say I'm going to have a bunch of stables very soon and win that way? Is there a world where I just buy a seller and discard coppers and estates to find, discard cards to find my stables again to draw around? I think that makes a little bit of sense to me. The seller stuff. Here, unless something goes very wrong, I should hit 6 and buy training on stables. In fact, there's a possibility that I get both. So I can trash a copper here, or with goat herd and see what happens. It's a little bit sad to bot one of the estates, one of the bottom 2 cards. I don't want to draw the estate. Maybe I did want to draw the estate, I'm not sure, but I'll put training here on stables. and feel pretty good about my chances now. I should keep looking out for the last stables play of the turn. Definitely trash this. I'm gonna chuck the whole thing and bottom deck a stables, which is actually fine. I'll get that next turn. Just keep buying stables here. Now that I have 3, I should hopefully be able to draw much of the deck, see a stables, and rat the stables, build up a lot of money. They've got a bridge now, and seemingly not much else. They've got a couple ducats of bridge. Coppers, they've got the mint still, or do they trash the mint? They still got the mint, which is sad. They didn't see that this turn. And they're going into the stables pile, which makes me feel better about my chances here. So I will trash a copper here. Now I can rat the stables and buy a bridge. I don't want too many cards in my deck that aren't treasures or stables, but definitely a couple of bridges in play, and crowns, which I can crown the bridges. And the nice thing about bridge is there's no line on this card, so if you crown bridge, you get the effect twice. And if I can get a couple of bridges in play, I can potentially get you know, a ton of good cards all at once. And probably trash this cellar. It served its purpose. Play the bridge. I can also rat the bridge, but I think I'm not at that point yet. And I think it's worth it to spend coffers here. Crown, stables. I feel like I'm in a pretty good position here. I'm able to draw through most of my deck. I'm going to probably stop playing the goat herd at this point to trash things. I can still play the goat herd and not trash anything, but I really only want to trash estates with it. The coppers are food for the stables. It's sad if you draw a hand of like 5 stables, which is why crowns are nice, because you can play the crown. Okay, I'm going to rat this first stables. Now I'm going to draw up. Again, draw up, be able to draw the whole deck, crown, bridge. I can actually potentially gain and play a bridge in the middle of the turn with the deck that I've got going on. With bridge, you've kind of got to be able to watch for piles a little bit. Neither of us have enough buys yet, but we're getting pretty close. So I can get 2 stables here, a crown, two crowns, or a crown and 2 bridges, and potentially win next turn with that amount of buys. And yeah, my opponent has seen that as well. I'm not sure that I like their mint opening. I think the stable stuff that I did is really powerful and gets there really quickly. And I was nearing a point where I was going to be able to pile out or gain a bunch of provinces a turn. So good game. We'll see you in game 3.